Okay, so let's take a look at McKenna Sutherland. I have no idea where this match is being played. It's not relevant. But just let's look at this video just for a couple minutes if we can. I love how you're standing open to the court. Now it's easier for you to make a move to a bad pass. You're also being disrespectful to them, which I agree with. All right. So this pass is left front. You're going to go with your forearms with it, I'm assuming, because you got such a late jump. And understanding that chances are what's going to happen with this person is their timing is going to be affected adversely because they're going to run in early because they don't know if you're going to your forearms or your hands. Plenty of time for you to get to this ball with your hands, but it looks to me like you're going to do it with your forearms, so let's see. And you did. And you see how she has no distance in her approach. She's not back here where she needs to be. She's all the way in here. We've talked about this before. The ball that comes off your forearms has a different arc, a longer arc than it does if it comes off your hands, shorter arc, and it affects her timing. So again, little things make all the difference in the world. I want to get used to you hitting the ball out of your hands, from your hands, not your forearms. Okay, so you're right front right now, and we're talking about you right here. You have passed a free ball, which you didn't have to pass. We've talked about this before. You're only 3-4 feet from this person. You're in a 5-1. I know you are. Let this person pass this ball because now you can set and have two options, one to your quick and one to your outside hitter. But because this ball is being passed to this side of the court, there's going to be one option, and that option is going to be this girl to hit the ball on the outside. Where you should have passed this ball straight up, and then whoever your coach, I assume these are your coaches over here, says has secondary hands, now has three options. One option being you, the other option being the middle, okay, and the final option being this outside hitter. But right now, because you passed this ball that direction, there's one option, and it's going to her. And it broke down miserably. Good block, but I'm going to go back to show you your hand carriage. Watch your McKenna, watch your hands as you block this ball. Let me go back and do it again. I didn't pause it or reverse it far enough. And look how close your hands are together. The posture of your hands has to be shoulder width. And you can see they're not. Now, you can argue that because you saw it was a tip, you brought them together and stuff. This girl actually has really good posture in her hands, very good. It's a nice block, to be honest with you, and she's closed the hole with the right hand. But when you block, and again, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, it was a tip, so you brought them together, but you do not block the ball with both hands. You only block it with one. And again, the thought process, and while I have this pause, we'll look at this girl. No hitter is going to try to hit between your arms. They're going to try to pass seams. Okay, a seam being here, and a seam being here, and then the last seam being here. So your posture in your hands when you block has always got to be shoulder width. And again, the time to think about that is in practice. And if your coaches aren't pointing out to you what your posture looks like, then have one of these other people do it. Have somebody sitting over here do it. Or have your mom do it, or the man in the moon. I don't know. But you cannot block a volleyball with your hands as close together. In fact, what happens is because they're so close together, you've left a huge seam here. And finally, I want to give you the benefit of the doubt because it was a tip. But I've seen you do this, McKenna. I've seen your hands be this close together many times. I do love your jump serve, your jump float, Remember, the rules are to end up inside the court, and I know you're going to do a jump float. I don't see you jump serve that often. But let's make sure that when you land, you're inside the court. And maybe a foot and a half. Remember, the closer that you reach these people, the less reaction time they have to pass it. So think about this once your confidence when you're serving goes up, reaching even more. Remember, I told you that Corey Rick's a kid that I had a while ago. He would land, this is a 10-foot line or 3-meter line right here. He would land 3 feet from it. So by the time he contacted that ball, it was on top of them so fast that they had no reaction time to pass it. But this is only a foot and a half. So, I mean, I don't mean to sound negative, McKenna, but they're, again, little things that if we can change, and you have to understand that me as a coach, I can do what I'm doing now. I can pause it. So I have a couple of decisions to make. Is it something that you're not doing just because you don't do it, or is it something that they didn't teach you? I hope that makes sense. And you sent me video of you serving one out. See, it's out. But, oh well, it's a good serve. I love your jump float. Let's just reach them further, okay? And it's not always about pace on the ball. It's about location. Which one? Oh, there's little Mad Dog. So this is obviously Oak Ridge. But it's about which one of these people you serve it to, not how hard you hit it. So that looked good. I mean, a couple of things to talk about. And when I take these videos, this is the feedback I'm going to give to you. So there you are.